Okay, so episode 3 of Celebrity Traitors 2025. Three very funny moments. So, firstly, you had Celia, who decided to have a little fart in Claudia's cabin. Very unintentional, Claudia was being really serious and really, focused, but Celia decided to just, let one out. I think the whole situation about the alliance thing with Jonathan, Ross, Nico, Ruth, and Claire, I did hear it, and I think for those of you that watch the show, you will know that that is literally what he said right at the beginning, before everything was announced. He literally said, because I think they were basically saying, I don't think I'm going to know anybody. I don't think people are going to know who I am, let alone I'm not going to know anybody. And Jonathan was like, well, at least you got two people in here that are older. You'll get to know us, and we can all be a little alliance. So yeah, it was Ruth, Nico, Claire, and Jonathan's, I think, under my head somewhere. There he is. So yeah, that whole alliance thing obviously died out very quickly because Jonathan's now a traitor, Nico's now out of the game, and you've now got Claire, who's under a bit of heat, and Ruth, who is probably going to be targeted at some point. So I don't think either of those two girls are going to last anymore. But then also Jonathan's under heat as well. And then, yeah, I just think thirdly, I think, I mentioned it in my actual review video, but there's a lot of people who were quiet and who didn't really have much of a voice in the first couple of episodes who are now starting to come to life a little bit. Obviously, Kat's a traitor. But she did even mention that she was kind of hiding, like staying back, like listening, but she's kind of gone forward a little bit. Obviously, Mark going for Tamika. I know obviously she wasn't a traitor, but the fact that he's now, stepped up and brought his voice out. And then obviously someone like Charlotte, again, she is very vocal, hence, being a singer and whatever. But again, she was also someone that was just, I know these people are obviously going for the wrong people, like Mark and Charlotte are both going for people that are not traitors, but the fact that they're actually, trying to put their ideas forward, trying to put their theories forward. So I think there's kind of the three highlights I've had from episode 3. The Celia having a little the little alliance that wasn't really an alliance, and then the quiet people now starting to pipe up and starting to become that little bit more confident. So in terms of who I think is going to go next, I have no idea. But there's my little 3 hot topics of episode 3 of Celebrity Traitors 2025. So yeah, let me know what you think. Who are your favourites so far? Did you think the first 4 people that have left the show should have left that quick? So you had Paloma Faith, you've had Nika and Milana, you've had Tom Daly, and you've had Tamika Empson. So did you like any of those 4? I think I actually liked all 4 of them, but someone has to go and someone has to, get out of the show first. Unfortunately, it was Paloma. And then the rest of them, again, I think because Tom was smart, they got rid of him. Because Nico was obviously this comedy guy, they didn't probably take him seriously, they got rid of him. And then again with Tamika, probably just, very vocal about her opinions on somebody, or, the fact that she was watching somebody else. They then all started watching her, or again jumped on the bandwagon of Mark thought she was a traitor, so everyone else has jumped on that to avoid detection and avoid deflection onto themselves. So yeah, let me know, and I'll be back with another review after episode 4.